Hello everyone, welcome to Fiaura the Tank Girl. I hope you are all doing well. And right now is LTTB day. I sat down and ground through this tank as hard as I could because I wanted my lightweight for League, and I have it now. And I'm likely going to be transferring either my Jagdpanzer E100 crew or my Leopard 1 crew to my T-54 lightweight. But that's not what you're here to see. You're here to see an LTTB. Now it's the second Soviet light tank. It's also the second light tank with actual armor. It can block other rounds from other light tanks and lower tier vehicles. The problem, of course, being that it has 3 degrees of gun depression. Love how these guys make the asses of themselves, by the way. Knowing this is going to be put up on YouTube. Oh, I see a 1390 and I smack him in the head. And too much lead. Oh, he stopped. I'm spotted. Not that I care. He's behind that house. He manages to take that guy out. But I know something very important. You're reloading. And it takes 40 seconds. Whereas it only takes me 4.1 to shove another shell. By the way, this thing's DPM is absurd. 4.1 seconds to put another shell in that 85mm gun. And you have no ammo, and by the time you can even get your turret on me, I'll be loaded and you're done. So that takes care of my light tank issues. Get into arty safe, anti, whatever wants to shoot me position before I start moving back around the lake in order to go back to assist the city. That kill did put us up on guns, but technically my gun and the T-20's gun are not in the fight right now. Our guns are completely out of the battle because I emphasize this so much. If you're not aiming at a target or shooting at a target, you should be moving to do so. Unless you have a good reason for waiting, you really shouldn't ever wait. You should always be looking for new targets. And I see an E75 who needs a round in the back of the head. And of course, I shoot the hill. And I shoot too low to actually hurt him. There's a round. I'm spotted, not that I care. I put another one in the E75 and he gets finished off. There's another light tank, a WZ 131. I have no issue moving up and pop. Ow! You have a bigger gun, but that means that you take a while to reload. So while he did 200 and something, I've now done a lot more to him. As you can see, this thing's rate of fire is very impressive. I actually out DPM'd the T-20. Oh, did not mean to pause. Oof, the T-20 just gets annihilated by Arty. Thankfully, Arty's been ignoring me. I have not been the most mobile light tank, but something about those Arty shells now tells me the enemy Arty's out here. If I can take care of that, I can give our team a real fighting chance. Even though this is primarily a city fight, it would give our team the opportunity to push back into the enemy without having to worry about being Arty safe. Oh, and I find a tank destroyer. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here, and I decide I'm going to keep the bunker between me and that TD, and I'm going to watch him while I move away, and then I'm going to move behind this other bunker and use it to shield me so I can get far enough away that my light tank camouflage kicks in. I now know where an enemy already is, and I know where a tank destroyer is that is out of the game. That means the only other vehicles left that are in the fight are north. I guess I'm going north. So we're going to speed up a bit. We are winning. We are winning very good at this point. My team has managed to recover. Oof. But we are very tight on hit points, and as you guys can see, rapid destruction of my teammates occurring. This is not a good position. But now I know where that other tank destroyer is. It's just an Arty hunt for me. There's an Arty. And black. And the average damage is 180, so that was a low roll. That roll didn't really matter. And I get another shell off, but I miss. Oh, he's done. And this is kind of what the LTTB does. It drives around, it has a very high DPM, it's an excellent light tank killer, and I'm speeding this up in order to get through it because I have another LTTB replay for you guys to kind of show you some more aspects of this little tank. Now you've noticed I have a very high win rate right now, 4,600. It's pretty easy to get your win rate up in this tank because you're not expected to do a lot of damage, but you do have to live long enough to do that damage. And this guy is just not even facing the right way for me. And I put a shell in him. He gets tracked, and he's mine. Oh, Artie, no gun depression, Artie. You lose. So that's going to be the end of this one. But we're going to move right in and go right to the next one for you guys. I hope you enjoy. Hey guys, so we're back with the LTTB again. As I said, there will be two linked back to back. A double feature for you guys. There will be a double feature tomorrow which will feature not only World of Tanks, but World of Warships. That's going to be the routine from now on. Now, the reason I'm doing a double feature today is because Saturday is also going to be replaced by Armored Warfare in the coming weeks. So you guys can expect to see Armored Warfare Fan Day and Armored Warfare Platoons on Saturday in, I think, 2 weeks from now. On the 30th will be the first day of that. But in the meantime, I'm in the LTTB. I'm in a city which is not ideal for light tanks. This is the kind of map where light tank players roam. So, it could be worse, I guess. But in the meantime, I am in the LTT. As I said before, the armored light tank, you do get some bounces from enemy light tanks and even enemy mediums of equal tier, or just the odd ricochet where you're just like, I bounced that? Cool. It's very interesting to remember that your light tank needs to actually point its front armor towards the enemy. And I'm coming up by myself, APCR loaded, and I just drive by. I take a shot. I did actually hit him. And then I come up behind these guys. And this Chiri is just not even paying attention as I'm driving rounds into it. Another round, and he's on fire! And he uses his fire extinguisher, but I'm sorry, bud. You're done. And I'm engaging this Jagdtiger who's having to face a Comet, and I'm just going to keep driving rounds into his side and rear until he's dead. I make a mistake. I do, however, go ahead and just run away. Again, advantage of light tank. I can just run, and he can't get around to get a shot on me. And now we're going at this M103. See, I keep engaging targets that are already engaged. That's kind of what light tanks do. You come flying up, you look for a target that's already engaged, and you just start peppering them. And I think I'm going to get this kill right about now. And I'm running away again, looking for the next target that I can find that's already engaged. And I do notice the T-54 from earlier now having a race with me. Oh yeah, Russian light tanks, by the way, love to power slide. So when the new physics come out and you can flip, you're going to have to be real careful with these tanks, because on the test server, they were rolling like nobody's business. The 1390 surprisingly wasn't power sliding as much, but these tanks, it doesn't matter what terrain you're on, they will slide. He's actually pointed at me, anticipating me, ignoring the tank in front of him. Oh, he's shooting at our Artie. Okay. Ignoring the 54 in front of him. I realize he's engaged with that 54, so again, I am performing the service of light tanks in the city of running up to engage an already engaged target. And I drive around in, and he's dead. The T-95 has spoken. And I put around in and I hide, because that thing can just blast me hard. And I know better than to go chasing after an unengaged medium, and now I've made a mistake. I've kind of got myself wedged here. And I'm trying to remember how I got in here. So you'll have to give me a second to get myself unstuck. Something really bad with the LTTB is it does get into these situations where it just gets stuck. The traverse speed clearly does not match the high speed of the tank. So sometimes you traverse yourself into corners and you're stuck. You can't move. The gun score is even. Now it's uneven, which means I need to re-engage soon. And I figure I can free up this 704 and hopefully we can go help the 95. So I come up behind the KV-4, and oh yeah, this thing has a really high pin. And I just start driving in rounds, and he's done. And that makes my 3rd kill. Now my W&8 for this match was insane, and it's going to keep going up. Now our T95 has been dealt a killer blow. This is looking like one of those matches where it's just not going to happen for us. I've done everything I can, but we might actually lose this. I know I'm spotted. I know that 34-3 can do a significant amount of damage to me, but I'm going out after him anyway. I'm hoping I can get him to blow a shot, or I can get behind him. Oh, but my gun depression is going to cost me any damage that I could get on him. I get a shot in. I back up to try to use my traverse, and the gun depression on this thing is just costing me the ability to hurt him. Of course, his gun depression is also costing him the ability to shoot me. But the 704 does finally save me. I pull back enough to get enough gun depression to fire and take him out. Now it's just me and a 704 versus 3 enemy tanks and an Arty. And I hate to say this, I decide that this isn't winnable. I don't care what that 704 does at this point. He really can't take on 3 tanks. I decide I need to go hunt down that Bulldog and that Arty and hopefully make it back in time to save the 704. Or at least get into a flanking position to engage these guys from a different angle. Because engaging them from the same angle will just mean that we'll get outflanked. So I'm heading in here, and I'm seeking out targets. And there's the Jag Panzer. Oh, there's the 34, the 5100. Oh god, I'm a one-shot now. My spotting did give the 704 an opportunity, and he did take it, but I've got to figure out a way out of this. I'm pretty sure that 5100 is going to be waiting for me right now. He is, but he blows his shot. I know better than to poke back out. It's an auto-loader. I'm waiting on the 704 to come up and give me a hand, because I think he actually has the hit points to take a hit. He does. He's capable, and he takes it out. Now that leaves the Bulldog and the Arty. My distraction gave the 704 the opportunity he needed. We now each have 4 kills, and there's the Bulldog. And I'm too far away to do anything. I gotta leave the 704 to his own devices. I gotta go find that Arty, because if the 704 makes a mistake right now and gets un-Arty safe, he's dead. I'm sorry, I've got to. I knew I was going to eventually. I tell him, be careful, I'm gonna go hunt Arty. But it's basically going to be one-on-ones now, because I can fight that Bulldog, but not really. The high penetration of the Bulldog's gun will punch my armor, and I will get off a single shot before the Bulldog gets off 2 and finishes me. So I really just have to hope that... I'm really putting a lot of faith in that 704. He's proven himself capable. I'm just hoping he really is. I knocked down a tree, which I think is a fatal mistake for me. If I remember right, I think that tree was probably my fatal mistake. And this is going to be a lesson for all of you guys in light tanks. Yep, the Arty is here. He's waiting for me. I fire a shot, and he snaps it and gets me. Wargaming, that happens too often. I'm going to say that louder. It happens way too often. Did you guys see that? He was still traversing when he fired. He hadn't even stopped moving. And he got a snapshot hit. That's just bad game design, Wargaming. He snapped that shot. He could not have snapped that shot harder. He was still turning to the left, and he fired his shot and hit me. That's how overpowered Arty snapshot is. I'm sorry. Fix your game. I mean, that shouldn't happen. Arty, in my personal opinion, if you get into an artillery, you should be at the defense of your team. It should not. You shouldn't even be able to get your gun to traverse lower than 2 degrees. You shouldn't be able to defend yourself. That's my opinion. Because it happens way too often that at the end of a match an Arty snapshots somebody and suddenly the match changes. And it's pure RNG. There's nothing you can do about it. But this match is pretty much over. The 704 can't go out and go after the Bulldog. The Bulldog can just play with him, which is what the Bulldog's going to do. The 704 tries to move away and get away from the Bulldog, and that's it. That's where I stopped watching. Guys, so here's the part 1. I didn't get any special medals, but top XP and top damage for the team from the LTTB. Do the math on that one. Little bitty gun, but again, amazing rate of fire. This actually was a very fun vehicle once I got used to it. You just have to get used to the fact that you actually have less gun depression than every other tank in the game. 3 degrees is not a lot. Now, I would show you the stats for the other match. I can tell you it was a loss, but yeah, upload the Wot Replay website can't read it for some reason, so it's not able to actually upload. The joys of wargaming sometimes. But yeah, I can't actually show you anything. I can just tell you that we did in fact lose. And it was a fun match, but there's nothing I can do about that already snapshot. Anyway, that's going to be it for right now. I hope you guys have enjoyed these couple short replays with the LTTB. In the meantime, this is Fiaura the Tank Girl. I'm going to be signing out for now, but I will see you on live stream at 2 o'clock this afternoon until 5 p.m. for fan platoons. So, I will hopefully see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please press the like button. If you want to see more, click on the subscribe icon. I post a video every day for y'all to enjoy. Want to help the channel grow? Take a moment and share this on Facebook or Twitter. Want to support the channel? You can do this in 2 ways. 1, click on an ad in this video or other videos you watch by Fiaura. There will be one coming up at the end of every video. This is how YouTube pays its creators for the clicks on those ads. The second way is directly through the patronage page. To access this, simply click on the icon of the woman standing outside the IS-4 tank. Here you can donate directly, and remember, I base my contest prizes on patronage, so it is in your power to determine the size and number of the prizes for the contests I run. Speaking of contests, check out the video description to know what contests are currently going on. I hope to see you again on my channel, and leave a comment if you have a suggestion or request for me, Fiaura the Tank Girl. Remember, I do fan platoons and live streams on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. In the meantime, this is Fiaura the Tank Girl, and I will see you in the next video.